Hi guys, I am Debangsh Chatterjee and I am representing a story, The Overcoat by Ruskin Bond in the channel The Magical Friends Group. Please like, share and subscribe and comment.
It was clearly frosty weather, and as the moon came up over the Himalayan peaks, I could see that patches of snow still lay on the roads of the hill station. I would have been quite happy in bed with a book and a hot water bottle at my side, but I had promised the Kapadias that I had go to their party, and I felt it would be childish of me to stay away. I put on 2 sweaters, an old football scarf and an overcoat, and set off down the moonlit road. I was a walk of just over a mile of the Kapadia's house, and I had covered about half of the distance when I saw a girl standing middle of the road. She must have been 16 or 17. She looked rather old-fashioned, long hair hanging to her waist and flamoxy sequined dress, pink and lavender. That reminded me of the photos of my grandmother's family album. When I went closer, I noticed that she had lovely eyes and winning smile. "Good evening," I said. "It's a cold night to be out. Are you going to the party?" she asked. "That's right, and I can see from your lovely dress that you are going too. Come along, we are nearly there." She fell so step beside me, and we soon saw light from the Kapiladia's house shining brightly through the deodars. The girl told me her name was Julie. I hadn't seen her before, but then I had to only been in the hill station a few months. There was quite a crowd at the party, and no one seemed to know Julie. Everyone thought that she was a friend of mine.
I did not deny it. Obviously, she was someone who was feeling lonely and wanted to be friendly with people. And she was certainly enjoying herself. I did not see her do much eating or drinking, but she flitted about from one group to another, talking, listening, laughing, and when the music began, she was dancing almost continuously, alone or with partner. It did not matter which, she was completely wrapped up in the music. It was almost midnight when I got up to go. I drank a fair amount of punch and I was ready for bed. As I was saying goodnight to my host and wishing everyone a Merry Christmas, Julie slipped her arm into mine and said she had to be going home too. When we were almost outside, I said, "Where do you live, Julie?" "At Wolfsburn," she said. "At the top of the hill there was a cold wind," I said. "And although Your dress is beautiful. It doesn't look very warm. Here, you had better wear my overcoat. I have plenty of protection. She did not protest and allow me to slip my overcoat over her shoulder. Then we started out on the walk home. But I did not have to escort her all the way. At about the spot where we had met, she said, "There is a shortcut from here. I will just scramble up the hillside." "Do you know it well?" I asked. "It's a very narrow path." "Oh, I know every stone on the path. I used it all the time. And besides, it's a really bright night." "Well, keep the coat on," I said. "I can collect it tomorrow." She hesitated for a moment, then smiled and nodded to me. She then disappeared up the hill and I went home alone. The next day I walked up to Woolsburn. I crossed a little brook from which the house has probably got its name, and entered an open iron gate. But of the house itself little remained, just a roofless ruin, a pillar of stone, a shattered chimney, a few Doric pillars where a veranda had once stood. Had Julie played a joke me? Or had I found the wrong house? I walked around the hill to the mission house where the Taylors lived and asked old Mr. Taylor if she knew a girl called Julie. But when their girls died, she stopped and gave me a queer look. I think her name was Julie anyway. When she died, they sold the house and went away. No one ever lived in it again, and it fell into decay. But it could not be the same Julie you are looking for. She died of consumption. There was not much you could do about it those days. Her grave is in the cemetery just down the road. I thanked Mr. Taylor and walked slowly down the road to the cemetery, not really wanting to know anyone for, but proclaiming in the forward almost against my will. It was a small cemetery under the deodars. You could see the eternal snow in the Himalayas, standing out against the pristine blue of the sky. Here lay the bones of forgotten emperor builders, soldiers, merchants, adventurers, their wives and children. It did not take me long to find Julie's grave. It had a simple headstone with her name clearly outlined on it. Julie Mackinnon, 1923 to 39. With us one moment, taken the next, gone to her maker, gone to her rest. Although many months
monsoons had swept across the cemetery wearing the stones. They had not touched these little tombs. I was turning to leave when I caught a glimpse of something familiar behind the headstone. I walked round to where it lay. Neatly folded on the grass was my overcoat.